Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series, and it looks like we've got Black-Red Vampires versus, I guess we can call it Red Deck Wins. Vampires just fired off a collective brutality, forcing Red to discard a Lightning Axe, which I'm sure he would have much rather been able to cast, considering most vampires aren't going to have more than 5 toughness. But Vampires currently has an Asylum Visitor and an Heir of Falcon Wrath. He hasn't discarded anything to transform it yet. Red, however, has 2 Thermo Alchemists, which are 0/3 defenders. Tap them and deal 1 damage to each opponent, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, untap it. Red's firing off a Fiery Temper on the Asylum Visitor. Kills that off. And Vampires is discarding Bloodhall Priest, casting it for its madness cost and transforming the Heir before declared blockers. That way, Red can't block him. Bloodhall Priest is a 4/4, and whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, if you have no cards in hand, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So, Hellbent, let's go all the way back to Ravnica block. They just decided to nix the keyword ability of Hellbent. But that's basically what it is. You have no cards in hand, he gets to shock something. But Red draws his card and concedes. I have to admit, Vampires was doing a pretty good job of bringing the pain. But at the same time, Red did have 4 cards in hand, and by no means was this board a game ender. Even if he chose not to block, that was only 7 damage versus 9 life, but, we don't know what was in his hand. He could have had a really bad hand. Or, he could just be playtesting. You don't see Red Deck Wins hardly at all anymore in Standard, so my guess is that he came up with this design after Eldritch Moon came out. Well, especially since most of the cards we saw from him were from Eldritch Moon. But, there is a possibility that Red Deck Wins could make a comeback in Standard now that Eldritch Moon is out, but I doubt it. I didn't see very many very powerful mono red cards in Eldritch Moon. But who knows? Maybe the Thermo Alchemist concept is ripe for a standard run. Transgress the Mind from Vampires. 5 cards in hand for red. Now the only problem, as with all mono red decks problems are, is running out of cards very quickly. Pia and Kieran Nalaar to the Transgress the Mind. I mean, this guy could come in very handy. I mean, a 0/3 defender is a good blocker. Collective Brutality, going after another card in his hand. But like I was saying, 0/3 defender is a good blocker against almost everything that you're going to face early game and some late game. And then his ability to ping for 1, not bad. And being able to untap him, Red has plenty of things that they can cast to untap him. So Collective Brutality got rid of Incendiary Flow, another new red card. 3 damage to target creature or player. If it's dealt damage this way, would die. Exile it instead. So it's like it's basically trading Incinerate, I think. It's an older card that they haven't reprinted in quite a while, but It's basically trading instant speed for the exile effect. Fiery Temper. And that is one thing about red that he can do quite easily is things like ping, throw out a burn spell, ping again. With Fiery Temper, that's 5 damage straight to the face, and only one card really in investment. But like I said, the problem comes with trying to refill his hand. He does have another new card out, Hanweir Battlements, which the art hasn't loaded in yet. So, unfortunately, we'll just have to deal with this. But Battlements really isn't all that helpful to him here. It can't do anything to stop any of these creatures. Heir of the Night. Bedlam Reveler. Costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. It's a 3/4 prowess, and when enters the battlefield, discard your hand and draw 3 cards. Now, this guy could be the bomb that Mono Red needs. Okay, Tormenting Voice, discarding Chandra. I mean, if you think about it, most of the things that Mono Red is going to be playing are instants and sorceries. And their big problem is running out of cards. So, typically, by the time they'd be able to cast this guy, they're probably not going to have any cards in hand anyway. And a 3/4 body for close enough to 2 red mana with prowess is actually really good. Lighted Gorge, 2 damage. Duress. Unfortunately, he's conceding. I was going to say, unfortunately, the red deck didn't get Bedlam Reveler, and Vampires did. Now, Vampires can run into that same problem of running low on cards, and this guy is actually really good to solve that problem, especially when you can mitigate the downside of discarding your hand by, having little to no hand to discard. But unfortunately, that's the match. I just don't know about red deck wins. They've just not had a good time for the past couple of sets. They pretty much bombed completely out of standard contention. Maybe Eldritch Moon has the juice to get him back in. Maybe not. I kind of doubt it. But you never know. So, good luck to this guy and his mono red deck. Vampires got a boost from a few new cards. Ooh, he discarded a Nihiri's Wrath, another really good red card. But I've babbled on for long enough. I'm going to end the video. That was red deck wins versus black-red zombies. Or not zombies, vampires, sorry. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.